Let's count the ways ODVN and its member programs have made a difference for survivors of domestic violence. In the last year, our programs answered nearly 126,000 crisis calls and ended up helping more than 80,000 survivors with services that included going to court, finding housing, getting counseling, joining support groups. At a time when survivors and their kids were in the most vulnerable place possible, our programs helped get them back on their feet. More than 9,000 of those survivors got a safe place to live. On average, on any given day, nearly 4 out of 5 survivors seeking shelter were able to find a bed on the same day they asked for it. But when our shelters were full, our hotel program filled the gap. With COVID relief funds, our programs helped more than 1,200 survivors and their children to find a safe place to sleep in a hotel and still provided services. Our legal program helped more than 500 survivors with a wide range of legal issues. Our housing program linked survivors to housing resources. Our relocation program paid for moving, rent, and utility deposits. We know there are many more families who need our help but don't know about our services. This year, we improved our outreach by starting a new web chat service. We trained more than 12,000 people and brought in national speakers to help advocates understand why their work is so difficult and so important. We had big wins at the state and federal level. Last year, Ohio's budget included $7.5 million for DV services. It was the first time our state made such a significant investment for our families. In March, the Violence Against Women Reauthorization Act of 2022 was signed into law. Thanks to the advocacy of ODVN and our member programs, VAWA was reauthorized with strong bipartisan support from Ohio's federal delegation. Last year in this space, ODVN honored 8 legislators who led efforts to increase Ohio's domestic violence line item. Representative Laura Lanise, the legislator, who got the line item included in the budget in 2019, is leaving the legislature. We honor her today. We helped shine a light on the ways the systems need to improve. Issuing a report based on responses from more than 500 survivors, we showed that survivors of color are more likely than white survivors to have difficulty getting help from police, courts, and the social services. Our work highlighting the prevalence of brain injury among DV survivors got national attention, including stories in the New York Times and on National Public Radio. ODVN called attention to how poorly workers in the anti-violence movement are paid for their work when we released the Victim Services Compensation Questionnaire Report, an effort we accomplished with the help from other victim-serving coalitions. The Ohio Men's Action Network convened 4 courageous conversations, well-attended virtual discussions about domestic violence that engaged leaders from the faith, athletic, and fatherhood communities. We stand strong with 76 member programs, including 58 residential shelters and 18 non-residential programs, and 8 culturally specific programs among them. We did all that with your support. Thank you for helping us make Ohio a better place for families struggling with domestic violence.